Welcome to this IFS Service Center training module covering Report an Issue from the home page of the IFS Service Center. The Report an Issue option is for users to report a software problem when something is no longer working. The form asks specific questions about the issue, which ensures that the support team receive all the details needed for the case to be picked up and triaged, while at the same time ensuring that the effort needed to complete the form is kept to a minimum. The fields on the form are dynamic, and certain fields will become visible based on your responses. From the Service Center homepage, click on Report an Issue. This opens up the Report an Issue form as shown here. As you enter information into the subject field, various knowledge articles will be surfaced which might help you resolve the issue yourself without raising a case. For example, by entering the words Mobile Work Order Issues shown here, this produces a list of articles under the heading Related Search Results, and I have only included 2 in this screenshot. You have the option to click into one of the articles, for example the one at the top, which takes you into the full article content. And once reviewed, it would be really helpful if you could provide feedback by clicking on the This Helped button, which helps improve the results generated. If this article doesn't help, you can scroll through the others in the list by clicking the up-down arrows or by going back to the list. When you've finished reviewing the articles, you can close the list by clicking the up arrow alongside the related search results shown here. Once the suggested knowledge articles are closed, before continuing to complete the form, please ensure the subject contains a clear and meaningful description. The time zone will automatically default to your local time zone, which helps the team determine an appropriate time to call if this is required. And the support level is pre-filled and includes a link to a knowledge article providing the details associated with that support level. The next step is to complete the What is the nature of your issue and What is the urgency of your issue fields by selecting from the drop-down options. As these 2 fields are completed, the priority of the case will be automatically generated based on the selections. And by selecting the appropriate impact and urgency levels, you can influence the case priority, which helps IFS understand and appreciate the importance of the issue you are reporting. For example, by choosing a combination of a significant capability is not working and high needs immediate attention, this results in a priority 2. Once the fields are selected, you can review the target service levels and KPIs applicable to the assigned priority, and if it does not accurately reflect the impact and urgency of the reported issue, the impact and urgency field can be adjusted before submitting the case. And depending on the options chosen, additional related questions will become available to complete. The next step is to complete description. How is your business impacted by this issue? And is the issue related to a project? For guidance on creating a project so that it can be associated with a case, which ensures the support team is immediately aware of the project's importance, please refer to the separate training module called Projects available in this series. Please note that when a case is triaged by the service desk, the field How is your business impacted by this issue will be carefully reviewed against the priority, which may be adjusted. Therefore, it is essential to complete this honestly and accurately. Many of the fields have a red asterisk denoting that the field is mandatory, and most of them have a tool tip which can be opened by selecting the question mark along the field name as shown here. This provides more information on what is required in that field. Now the affected IFS product, affected environment, and product version need to be completed as they are all mandatory fields. The fields related capability and related subcapability, whilst not mandatory, help IFS route cases quickly to the right team to avoid delays in investigations. The customer ref field is designed for customers to enter their own internal reference, for example, their internal case management system identifier. This field is versatile and can be used for various purposes according to a customer's needs. However, please note that once the case is raised, it cannot be edited by the user. Any changes will need to be requested by adding a note to the case. And finally, there's an optional field for adding users to the watch list. By adding someone to the watch list, this ensures additional users receive notifications from the case. There are two ways to add a user. One is adding a user from your account by clicking the field shown here, which produces a list of contacts associated with the account. And the second is by entering an email address in the field shown here. And the last option before submitting the form is to add attachments to the case, for example, screenshots and logs to assist IFS in their investigation. Before submitting the case, check the pane to the right of the form, which will identify any missing mandatory fields. To demonstrate this, I have not completed the description field, so this is highlighted in the pane, and the missing field is circled in red here at the bottom. Once all mandatory fields are complete, click Submit. This takes you into the case detail view. For demonstration purposes, I've only included the top section of the form in this first slide. This shows the case details on the right-hand pane, including the case number, the priority, the state, the support level, as well as other useful details. And at the top of the form, you can add an update on the case or respond to any comments from IFS. Once you've completed the update, click on the Send button to the right of the field. The Actions pane will contain information which is dependent on the state of the case. In this example, the case can be closed. And if a case is moved into the state Awaiting Customer, in addition to Close Case, the option Case to IFS becomes available in the Actions pane, which can be used to add a comment and move the case back to IFS for their attention. And if a case is moved into a resolved state, the Actions pane will contain a button to accept or reject the solution. And if a case is in progress and has breached the targeted handling time applicable to the priority of the case, the Escalate Case button will become available in the Actions pane. And once the case is escalated, the service desk will work with the resolver group to ensure that the case is progressed in line with our targeted service levels. The next section of the case detail view shown here contains all the information that was included when the form was completed, along with the watch list in the right-hand pane. Here, you can add another user from the list of contacts associated with the case, as well as adding a user by entering an email address. And if you are not the case contact, you can add yourself to the watch list by clicking on Add Me to Watch List. You can also remove someone from the watch list by clicking on the trash can icon to the right of their name. You can also add additional attachments to the case if needed. And the bottom section of the case detail view shown here contains the rest of the information that was included when the form was initially submitted. And that's the end of this module covering the Report and Issue section of the IFS Service Centre. And just a reminder, at any point anywhere in the Service Centre, if you want to return to the home page, simply click on the IFS logo on the top right-hand side of the page shown here. And to provide feedback on any area of this IFS Service Centre, please email services@ifs.com. We hope this module has been helpful, and for guidance on any of the other features within the Service Centre, please explore the additional training modules available in this series.